It'll be good.
And you are calling it the celebration of life, is that right? Do I understand that right?
We are.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect. And what Indian tribe was Russ a member of?
The Turtle Mountain.
Turtle Mountain. Okay. Um,
Yeah, the Band of Turtle Mountain, Band of Chippewa. So.
oh, that should have been our closing song, Joel, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Doggone it. Didn't think of that. All
Yeah.
right. Joel, you got any questions for
Well,
Cheryl?
Cheryl.
This is Russ's niece.
Okay.
And Cheryl, are you at Edna? Is that Russ's mom? Is that where you're at?
Edna, yeah, I was over there earlier. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Cheryl, this is Joel with Northwest Dirt News. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing a lot as well as can be expected. It's been a very eventful night for us. We've been remembering your uncle through a lot of stories. We've had a lot of different people that knew Russ through the years, through the racing, through his time out here in the state of Oregon. A lot of memories been shared, and I just want to express to you my condolences and your whole family, my condolences on behalf of Moxie Media and Northwest Dirt News and the racing community out here in the Northwest.
Absolutely.
These stories that I keep hearing about him, I wish I would have met him because he sounds like an amazing individual and a very gentle soul, and we feel your pain and we feel your loss of your uncle. It's going to affect us out here as much as it is back there in North Dakota with you all. We had I don't know if you know Kenny Wheaton, who actually drove the car for the High Wallers racing team. We had him on a little earlier, and I think Kenny's story got all three of us in the studio here choked up pretty good.
There wasn't a dry eye in the house.
we broke out the tissues.
I know.
Is there any? Or do you have any good stories?
And that's something that we can all look forward to. When we do come.
Oh yeah.
And I hope that everybody there and the memories that you all shared and the ones that we can remember the good times with Russell, and that is what it's about. That's what he was about, and he was just such a phenomenal person, and he's always telling stories, and everything had a true meaning coming from Russell. It's either a life event or a meaning or a purpose, and that is exactly how he wanted it to be.
Yep. Well, we're honoring him very well then, I think, through this broadcast. We made a joke earlier that he's up there listening to some powwow or something up there listening to us smiling right now. So, yeah.
He is.
Russ isn't the kind of guy that would want anybody sitting around moping about him. He'd want people to be drinking a beer and smoking a doobie more than like.
That's so funny. My mom was up there. And she's like, is it bad when we have the celebration of life? And we kind of really wanted to pinpoint what, we're Catholic, so that's not typically what, that would be for us. With Russell, we've made some exceptions within our family. So we're like, this is kind of how it's going to be. But my mom's like, is it bad to have a beer at this? And I was like, he would as well. So
that's the way he would have wanted it.
One. Yeah, I have a. This is Ed Sim. I may have talked to you a little bit through messaging, I think, but one of the big memories I have of Russ was not only on big 3-day weekend races or 2-day weekend races, we'd all camp out at the track, and I have a picture of Russ he actually had a little hand dolly, and that hand dolly probably had about 10 cases of beer all stacked up. And he was just walking around with that thing and just handing everybody a beer, and everybody was just having a good time. And that's the way Russ was. He played a big role in everybody's life out here, and he wanted everybody to have a good time. And I think that's what he would want. And he would want everybody to sit back, have a beer, and tell some stories about him.
Yes, yep. That's exactly how it would be.
I don't think there's a soul out there that could say anything bad about Russ. I'm positive. There's nothing you can say bad about Russ. So
No. I mean, there's so many different ways that people would describe him. At the end, it always comes back as the same. So
Yep, it sure does.
That's the good thing about him. He was honest down to the bone.
Absolutely.
Well, Cheryl, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us tonight, and You got something else, Joel?
Well, and Cheryl, if you could, if Warren, if you wouldn't mind communicating with Cheryl so we can get the particulars about Russ's celebration of life out to our racing community out here in the Northwest. If you guys could stay in contact so we can get that information out and so people can start planning ahead to head back there to Fargo.
We
would greatly
about
appreciate
Yes,
it.
absolutely. I'll be coming up with some additional information, some flyers with the exact time, location, and stuff like that. We're going through photos to find the exact photo that we would want to have to go along with it. So it's been some time taking to find the right one, but soon I'll have all that gathered together, and I will definitely send it your way, and you guys can post it.
Awesome.
Thank you
And
so much.
we can always go from there.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, give Miss Edna and the rest of the family back there our condolences, and same to you, of course. And we'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Yeah, she has Facebook, and she's been reading and keeping up on it.
Oh,
She's
I have to friend
90s,
her.
and she has Facebook. She's pretty amazing.
She's got to be to put up with Russ.
That is awesome.
So she's been watching everything, so she's been very blessed with having that. So thank you guys very much for everything that you guys are doing out there.
You're very welcome. I'll send you a copy of the show tonight so you can listen to it if you like, and maybe Edna would like to listen to it.
Perfect. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, Cheryl. Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure talking with you, and we'll be in touch.
You as well.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, sounds good. Have a good night, guys.
All right, you too.
too.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
What a sweet, sweet lady.
Oh, man.
She's been nothing but cordial, and I've before Russ actually passed, I friended her on Facebook because I saw that she posted something originally, and so I friended her and asked her what was going on, and she's just been nothing but gracious and always willing to pass on information, and so yeah, wonderful lady.
It is, and to listen to these voices come out of the woodwork. I mean, callers like Herschel McGriff Jr., Jason Dickinson,
Kenny
Wheaton of all people. I mean, we had a message in here on the Swears Trucking chat line. Kenny! ! That's all that it said. You have Brian Drager coming out of the woodwork. Ed Sim.
Right.
I mean, these are all veterans of our sport and and the upper echelon of our racing family.
And we've really only touched on so minute amount of Russ's real friends. I mean, there are literally, I bet, thousands of stories of Russ, and people would like to share them, and hopefully everybody can make arrangements now that in advance for May 20th in Fargo, North Dakota. I know I'm going to try to make it. I hope that there will be a lot of others that
I think there will be a large showing from Russ's racing family, because I mean we understand how connected he is with Kenny Wheaton now after speaking with Kenny on the air here.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've been getting show notes sent to me from the 50th state from our producer and from Mr. Corey Penfold, and when Kenny was on, they both text me and they're like, there's not a dry eye in Kona right now, guys. I mean, that, like we said on the other show, like I said on the other shows, I'm not a crier. I am not a crier.
I'm not either. I'll save that till I get home.
But I'll tell you what, Warren, you can vouch for this. I was really close there.
Yeah, me too. I took everything I had to keep my composure.
And here we are. We're coming up really close to the 2-hour mark and closing out the show. Ed, is there any final thoughts you'd like to share with our listeners?
No, the main thing I think was Russ loved racing, and I think he'd want everybody to go and race. Go spend some time with your family. He cared about families, and he cared about racing, and he just wants everybody to go race. Everybody to have a beer, race,
and be happy,
and get along. You might bump and bang and stuff on the track, but when you come off the track, everybody get along and talk to each other and hang out and have a beer.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be the motto.
Well said, Ed.
Well said. I think that's going to be the motto for 2017. Go out there, turn that lap for Russ and the High Wallers team, and get back in the pits and enjoy a beverage of your choosing.
And forget about politics. Let's go racing, boys.
Let's go racing. So, folks, from us here at Northwest Dirt News, we're going to get out of the studio here shortly. Once again, May 20th is the celebration of life for Mr. Russ.
We'll post that on Moxie Media's site. More details as Cheryl gets them to us. And
so keep your eyes peeled, folks. It's going to be one that, if you want to go back there, like Cheryl said, everyone's welcome. She hopes that we can get a bunch of Russ's racing family out there to celebrate Russ's life, celebrate Russ's dedication to our sport, to his sport, and the camaraderie and the family atmosphere that he brought to the track for all of us to enjoy.
Well said, Joel. That was good.
That was just
that was
right
perfect.
Out of
that
there.
Was humming, baby.
Hey, I learned from the best. And that would be
me,
Mike Joy. But anyways, we're going to get out of the studio here, folks. It's been a great night here on Northwest Dirt News. Thanks to Ed Sim for coming in the studio tonight and sharing his memories with us, as well as his wealth of racing knowledge. It's been great having you in here.
And the Housing Authority.
Yes.
In my house, yeah. No problem. Thank you for having me.
Well, the door's always open. If you haven't noticed, there is no lock on it. So anytime we're on the air, Wednesday nights, feel free to come on in, drop by, say hello. Bring Brody with you.
Yeah, I'll have to bring Brody by next time.
Yeah,
and see how he's doing.
Absolutely. So on behalf of Corey, Warren, and myself, we're going to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you
at the races. Thanks, guys.
Northwest Dirt News is a production of Moxie Media and Promotions, brought to you by our title sponsors, Crocker's Cars and Northwest Trucking Academy, in association with Jetstream Aqua Massage, Stumbling J Livestock, Swears Trucking, Tommy's Transmission, Rugged Radios, and you, the race fans. Don't forget, you can reach us 24/7 at nwdirtnews@yahoo.com.